Oh yeah. Looks pretty good. I want to talk about a few books that I think pertain to deer hunters and how we can become better deer hunters in our lives. And none of these books are actually hunting books. They're just like way of living books, motivational books, but they're all like super prevalent to things that go on in a deer hunter's world. And I think all these books would help us as deer hunters become better deer hunters. We always hear about tactics and how to get better at this and how to get better at that, but very rarely do people talk about like mindset and just having the ability to do more deer hunting. So the first book I'm going to talk about is the controversial one. It's going to be one that's going to probably get the most comments. And this book is called The 4-Hour Work Week. Don't take that literal. Like obviously you have to work more than 4 hours. I deer hunt for a living now, and I work more than I ever have. This book though teaches a real good lesson about like prioritizing what's important to you in life and how you want to live your life. And there's a lot to take away from this book. Would I recommend reading this book? Yeah, I think if you have extra time on your hands, you should definitely give it a read. But the biggest benefit of this book, and I guess my summary of this book would be if for some reason you're financially in a position where you have to work 90 hours a week and you have to pay for your boat, your RV payment, your $50,000, that's probably a cheap truck now, your $80,000 big diesel truck to pull all your toys around. You got 2 side-by-sides. Your house is 7 times bigger than it needs to be. And you're like a slave to all these items, making you have to do all this extra work for some big corporation that doesn't care about you. I think that's where us as in life and as deer hunters, you got to like sit down and think about like, let's plan out the next 5 years and let's get out of this trap to where I have more time to do things I love. It doesn't even have to be deer hunting. It can be anything. It can be spending more time with your kids. And that's kind of the biggest takeaway I had from this book. The book is about finding ways to work less and doing more enjoyable things in life. Like I said, a little bit of a pipe dream. And I enjoy working as long as it's something I enjoy working on. But that's the biggest takeaway I had for this book. So this is the first book I think can be really beneficial for deer hunters, because the fact is, if you're going to be a good deer hunter, you got to have some time to go deer hunting, go scouting, all that. And if you're stuck at work for, 90% of your week, that's a rough one. So the 4-Hour Work Week. Book number 2, Take the Stairs. This is it's another kind of a motivational book. This is more of a lifestyle book, or how to be more efficient with your time and get more out of your hourly income. Whereas this book, Take the Stairs, it's 7 steps to achieving success. Things that are hard to do are oftentimes worth doing, and that's what this book is about. Just like deer hunting, we don't always want to walk that extra mile around to get in good position on a buck, or we don't always want to take time out of our spring to go scouting. We don't always want to take the extra hour it's going to take to fix the squeakiness I have in my stand. But that's what this book's about, is taking the stairs, doing challenging things every day that makes you successful at the end of the day. So book number 2, Take the Stairs. What's up, bud?
You scared me.
I scared you?
Hey, Dad, I have a surprise for you.
What's my surprise?
I can't tell you. You have to come with me.
I got to come with you for the surprise?
Yeah.
I'm doing a video right now. You want to say hi? Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I'm talking about my favorite books. What's your favorite book?
A fart book.
That fart book we read? Yeah, that's a funny book, isn't it? The third book here is The Compound Effect. This book is similar to Take the Stairs, but it's kind of a income book, a life book, whatever you want to call it. It's a really easy read, real short read. But the moral of this book is it's hard in life to really accomplish anything. It's hard to get any deer to walk in front of you, let alone a nice buck. And I think this book can relate to deer hunters because we have to take all these small steps up to the point of us, harvesting a nice deer, whether that be, making sure your bow's tuned, making sure your arrow setup's correct, making sure you've pre-scouted things, making sure you've whatever prepped locations, or you've picked out a good spot on public land. Make sure you've entered your area properly. Make sure you're paying attention to thermals, making sure you're paying attention to wind. Going through a very detailed process that are many steps in order to become a good deer hunter. And that's what this book is about, is doing a lot of little things every day to become successful. And doing those little things every day compounds into something great. And that's what the compound effect is about. It's not unlike Take the Stairs. And then the last book. This one is a book I read. I think I read this in college. The No Complaining Rule. Boy, we as deer hunters have a lot we like to complain about. And generally speaking, most of our complaints are not valid. They are excuses, to be frank. And this book is about that. It's about finding a way to be positive in most situations. It's more related to work. This is a book I read because I was in like a place that wasn't real fun to work in, pretty negative place. And I read this book, and I think this book is a really good source for deer hunters as well. We tend to complain about the weather. We complain about things online all the time. We complain about what Jimmy Bob is doing. We complain about our spouse is not letting us hunt enough. We complain about this. We complain about that. And this book kind of addresses ways to overcome your mindset of being a complainer, and nobody likes to listen to people complain all the time. So this is a good book to keep you positive. It's a good rule of thumb for living in general. So I think that's my comprehensive list of 4 books that I would recommend reading if you're trying to become better deer hunter up here, and having more time to deer hunt, doing those little things to help you become a better deer hunter. And then finally, don't complain about it. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button below, and we'll see you on the next video. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I forget.
All right. Here, watch out.
I'm watching.
I gotta go